back inside West Edmonton Mall. Rory McGoran alongside Theo Tutkaluk as we get set for game 6 of 8 of day 4 here at the Brick Invitational at West Edmonton Mall. And a big game coming up here for the Manitoba Junior Ice and Detroit Red Wings, as Manitoba are currently 2 points out of the playoff picture. They're 3 points behind second place, and if they can pick up a win, they will leapfrog Toronto Pro Hockey and get back into the playoff dance. They will have one game less, though, than Toronto Pro Hockey, so it just goes to say how big this game is for Manitoba.
Certainly it's a big game for them, but equally as important is the fact that they control their own destiny from here on in. If they can win out, they have given themselves a better chance to get into that championship round. Hopefully they can use some of the energy be brought up by the whiteout. As you will see during the game, all the fans here dressed in the Manitoba Junior Ice squad wearing whites. I see some flags, I see some hats, I see some bathrobes.
This is the whiteout.
This is
beautiful. So Manitoba lost their first 2 games and have since won their last 2. And to make matters even more intense for Manitoba, they are 3 points back of second place, which is the Toronto Bulldogs. They are 2 points back of third place, which is Toronto Pro Hockey. And their last game is against Toronto Bulldogs. So a win here would have them in a tie with second place and a game remaining against the team they're tied with. Down to ice level for tonight's message of reconciliation and tonight's national anthems. As teams come to center ice, exchange gifts. It is the Manitoba Junior Ice wearing the white and powder blue down to our broadcast left, and the Detroit Red Wings in red and white down to our broadcast right. There's the squid on the ice for Detroit. Manitoba with the white out, following suits of their professional counterparts.
And the True North chant during the national anthem. Got to throw that in there too. The squid, I don't think it's been seen yet by the officials. Maybe they're going to Rochambeau to see us to pick it up.
As we get a look now at your starting netminders.
For the Manitoba Junior Ice, we have Brady Maselko, who has a 30 out of 37 so far, and Cale Friesen, 26 saves out of 33. Both netminders have a respective 3.5 goals against average. Equal play for both of them. And there is, oh, they got the baggie.
Squid goes in the bag.
Maybe they'll reuse that one?
I think so. Still got a game left of Detroit.
And for the Detroit Red Wings, we have both goaltenders, Ferguson and Blankish. Ferguson, the lesser of the two, only having faced 20 shots, saving 14 with a .700 save percentage. And for Blankish, 47 out of 63 are his numbers for the Detroit Junior Red Wings.
Detroit Red Wings 1-3 so far in this tournament. 3-3 might be enough to squeak in depending on a tiebreaker. Detroit definitely needs to win both their games and then get a little help from the teams above them. Manitoba at 2-2 have a chance here to get above 500, to get above the playoff line, and then that would leave a crazy showdown between Manitoba and the Toronto Bulldogs. Basically, win and you're in.
Exactly. That talk about being pressure, leaving it down to the schedule. Whoever designed this schedule had something figured out. Because if Manitoba's able to squeak one by here, the Red Wings, then they both will play tomorrow and winner in. Absolutely. And Detroit needs a little more help, having only just one win thus far.
Grady Maseko's getting the start for Manitoba. And on the other side, it'll be Colin Ferguson for Detroit. Puck is dropped, and game 6 is underway here at the Brick Invitational. Back across, trying to knock it in is Nickel. He's had a 4-game outburst. Yesterday did Cale Nickel, and everyone was assisted by the man he's working along the boards with here in Selch. Koenig back for it. Or Corbin back for it. Koenig chasing him. Corbin, the defenseman for Detroit. Number 4 will work it back up towards the wall. Selch on it, top of the circle, trying to feed Koenig back in front of the net. Corbin knocks it free off the boards, now carried out by Lance. Lance stepped up into by the big defenseman. Gives a little bit of a shove back and forth there as Dane Anderson it was, battling with Lance. This one will spill to the blue line, not out, sent back in. Off the glass, Reed trying to drive it back down low. Anderson sends it out with help from Selch. Here's Lyric Selch. 1-on-4, rest of his mates changing. Selch fires, hit a shin pad. That one blocked by Simeon. Or Banda was, and then back in the corner. Steered away by the Red Wings. Jarrett Thorne for Banda. Into an open corner. Only one there, though, is Jarzina for the win at Manitoba Ice, pardon me. Back into the corner. Selch been out for the initial minute and 15 seconds. Now you can see number 88 get on his horse and try to get off for a line change.
Completing the line change, Jarsina and Peters going to be accompanied here by Hailstone.
Back in for Banda. He'll leave it. Thorne will pick it up. Calling for it is Lee. This one tipped up. McLean. Lee, Deskins. Looking to knock this one in deep and get a little offensive pressure sustained for Detroit. Not happening yet as Peters back in. Has a man racing towards the front of the net. Peters trying to hit him off a leg, rolls wide. Back up to the point. Moore a shot and gives his man a bump on the way in towards the corner. Simeon rounds the wall to the half. Out in front, cleared away nicely there by Bennett Campbell. And back comes Lee. Cross for Deskins. Deskins 1-on-3. Now comes support. Lee. Deskins trying to hit him. Couldn't. Fanned on the pass and played back to the wall.
Good speed so far from both teams.
Lee to Haringa, wrist shot, blocked. Another one, this one stopped by Maseko. Loose puck, and Maseko sees it, covers it, and will hold it for a whistle.
Great job by Moore, standing in line, standing tall, taking that block shot from Haringa on the first chance. And then the second one, Maseko is able to stop that and hold on to the rebound for a face-off to the left side of the netminder.
Puck is dropped as Sebastian Erat looking to clear or keep the puck in the zone. Manitoba clears it all the way back behind the net front of Ferguson. And back for Vinny Morandi. Great tournament for him so far. Leads the team in points with 5. He's got 4 goals, 1 assist. One of the players lost his stick. That's the defenseman for Manitoba in Cade Zeltinger. And back, bringing it into the zone. Trying to go around 2 defenders was Densmore. 2 goals in this tournament. And now stretched back out. Hiringa taps to Erat. Back to Hiringa. Entering onside. Turnover. Koenig battling it back. Trying to get to Zeltinger. Pardon me. Drew Simpson, that defenseman on the far side for Manitoba. Now Koenig. Couple nice strides to get wide. And finally stripped to the puck. And back for Reed. Reed will lift this one high and deep inside Manitoba end. Back for it goes Zeltinger. Poking it up the boards for Koenig to take it. Dusting it off, throwing it into the middle. Simpson couldn't handle it. Reed back the other way. Reed shoots. Stopped by Maseko. Lance into the corner. Selch dumped in down. Simpson along the boards. Lyric Selch gonna find it. Chip it around Blay. After it goes Corbin. He's got to watch out as Koenig was right on him. Now back out. Anderson got knocked off the puck. Cale Nickel back for it. And scooped up by Selch. Selch works it in. Koenig couldn't hold. Reed, stretch pass, trying to get up to Tanguay, couldn't do so. And rattled back in by Dane Anderson.
Good to see Tanguay finally wearing his own gear as well in his own jersey. He's been having to wear different colors, different goalies. Great to see him in the number 40.
Banda will poke it around the defense. At the line is Anderson. He sends it back to center ice. It'll bounce right back to Anderson. Into his own zone, trying to go up the middle. Thorne steps up into his man, shaking it off, and now back for Hailstone. Hailstone in down the right. Cross-ice pass. Off a leg. Missed the intended target. In Lorenzo Cotronillo. And now Deskins. Back for Anderson. Cross-ice, near pass. Hailstone. Deskins knocks it briefly in. It's sent back out. Thorne. He'll bring it in. The defenseman now with the puck at the high slot. Whistles one just wide of the net. There's Anderson after it. Lee looking to hold in for Detroit. Deskins back around. Anderson swipes it up the boards. Trying to keep that one is Jace Jarzina. Now Hailstone. Loose puck back, pushed out of the zone by Manitoba. And Simeon will find it, send it right back in, but sent right back out by Jarzina. Battling now is Hailstone in a scrum. Manitoba trying to get a line change involved. And near side, brought back in. Deskins, he'll roll it back towards the net of Maseko. In around it, scooped up. Davis Moore trying to poke that puck up to Hailstone, doing a good job of that and getting it out to center.
Quick 5.5 minutes here in the first. Lots of good line changes, lots of good speed by both teams.
Both teams changing on the fly, and 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the first period. Still scoreless. Shots on goal 2-0 in favor of Detroit. So Manitoba still looking for their first shot. Detroit looking for their third and getting one right off the mask of Maseko. Makes the save. Rebound cleared by Densmore. Pushed out towards the blue line. D-to-D play. Blay will go up ice. Vinny Morandi was a little bit too far out of the reach of him. Puck popped up in the air, stayed on the playing surface. Back for Moore. Now Densmore. He has Cotronillo with him. Densmore got poked to the puck. Here's Vinny Morandi. 4 goals in this tournament. Takes it wide. Back to the slot. Shoots, and Maseko with a good pad save. A chance again. Morandi will swipe it back up front. Hiringa, that is. Another whack, and Hiringa shoveled it wide. Morandi fires in this one across the grain. Detroit getting a lot of pressure in front of the net. Maseko.
His top line had 3 or 4 really good opportunities there in the last 10 seconds. Just could not find the puck behind the netminder.
And back there's Corbin. He'll go up. Vinny Morandi sweeps it in. Heads off for a line change. Fast pace here in the first period. Back into the corner. Reed up the boards. Koenig trying to poke it out. Can't. Turned back around. Tanguay forcing his way into the slot. Ran into a bunch of Manitoba jerseys and carried back out by Nickel. Cale Nickel wide. Dipping around Banda, the defenseman. Banda pinches him up against the boards. And now steered out by the Red Wings. On it is Reed. Reed back, Thorne overskates it. Now an odd man rush, maybe developing here for Manitoba. It's Selch, but Cale Nickel with the puck. Selch to the net. Nickel shoots, stopped by Ferguson, and he's got that one in the glove.
Great save by Ferguson there. Banda holding his own there, keeping the 2-on-1. The shooter to the goalie. The pass is something he's going to take out on. He's done that really good for the all first period so far at Banda. Active stick, active body, really good control of his defensive presence, not allowing the junior ice to sneak by on any more odd man rushes that's already been seen.
Face off towards the glove hand side of Ferguson. It'll be one back by Manitoba. Simpson, long distance wrist shot. This one ricochets off a body and goes wide. Now Reed in towards the corner. After it, Jace Jarzina will be shoveled up along the wall. Now Tanguay towards the blue line, not out. Simpson holds. Back down for Hailstone. Driving it wide. 4 minutes left here in the first. Lance dangerously in front of his own net. Got it wide towards the board. Stretch pass for Tanguay. Broken up by Simpson.
Simpson doing a great job on defense, but also on the offensive side, leading the defensive group for the junior ice in points.
Back up and carried out of the zone. That was Hailstone. On to Campbell, bounces one out, hops over the stick of Lance, and sent right back in by Peters. Hailstone gonna scoop it up on the board, snaps a sharp angle shot, blocked by Simeon. Reed will break down the far side. Nice play to bounce it off the wall and then get around the defense. All the way down low, Densmore helping out his defense. He'll spin it all the way. And bringing it up is Jarzina. Jace Jarzina to center, whips it back into the attacking zone, heads off for a line change. Ferguson will leave it for his defender in Simeon. All the way down, is this going to be icing? And it is. It crosses the goal line for icing and 3 minutes left. 4-2 now the shots on goal. Scoreless first period between Manitoba and Detroit.
Both teams looking like they're playing a little tentative, trying to feel each other out, not looking to make the wrong play, leave a loose puck in the middle of a neutral zone to create an odd man rush for the opposing team. But so far, so good. Both defenses keeping all of the chances to the side, and fairly good jobs so far for the netminders.
McLean, a blast, got blocked up. Lee now battling it towards the blue line, get a little help. Cross-ice pass, Deskins trying to find Lee. It was broken up by Densmore. And McLean lifted it up. Catronio back out for Densmore. Densmore in, one-on-one around the defense, and the puck rolls a little bit too far. Densmore, cross-ice pass, broken up. A couple good plays there. One by Blay, the other by Corbin. Now Corbin with the puck. Feeds Deskins. He'll cross line. Stayed onside. Lee wanted to go to the backside of the net, but Densmore picked his pocket and turned back around. Blay and neutral ice. Will cross it. Slapped in by Moore. It rolls right on net of Ferguson. Thought he had the puck. It didn't. It bounced off his stick and allowed to be picked up by Catronio. In towards the corner. Blay working up against Cale Nichols. His fans, or the Manitoba bench, recognizing that Vinny Morandi was a little bit cherry-picking back behind the defense, trying to yell at McLean and Moore to recognize it. They did. And now all the way back for McLean. Up there, Koenig pokes it ahead. Selch. He's got Nichols screaming down neutral zone, but turned over, and Vinny Morandi back the other way. Morandi, sharp angle, and this one may have collided with the crossbar. Just missed the top corner. Banda trying a long-distance shot from the point. It trickles in. A shot from Hiringa. That one blocked. Minute and a half left here in the first period. McLean back around the net. Firing it up far side. And sent up by Koenig. Nickel overskated it. Got a little bit harassed by Thorne and Erat. Back for McLean. Selch brings it in, gets tripped up, and we're going to get the game's first penalty. And Detroit fans not liking that one, but a trip called by the referee, and Manitoba to the power play.
Manitoba to the power play. Sebastian Erat just reaching the stick a little bit too much, not skating along with the Manitoba junior ice player, and he gets called for the infraction by the official. Face off.
Sorry, Theo. Face-off's going to be to the blocker hand side. There's one back by Peters. but jumped right on by Thorne, and he'll send it down. Power play brought to you by Kachuk Advisory Group at Scotia Wealth Management. Did you say that when I was adjusting my headphones? You did. That was a double dose of the read for Kachuk. Now back around the net. Up for Selch at center ice. Nickel now pokes. He's got a little bit of a lane towards the net. Kale, Nickel, backhand slides it to Selch. Couldn't connect with the pass. 30 seconds left in the first period.
And there was Banda again with the deflection to put the puck to the far corner.
In towards the corner, coming out with it. Peters up for Nichols, fanned on it. One-timer walking into that one was Simpson. He could absolutely fire it and just shoveled it wide. Back in Peters, spinning, Freedom, across, trying to get to Selch, hopped over the stick there of Corbin. Now Simpson down low, 6 seconds left. Manitoba looking for a late go-ahead goal here in the opening frame. And it looks like the puck will be hemmed up into the corner, and zeros will hit the clock. 0-0 also on the scoreboard as both teams tied after 20 minutes, or 12 minutes.
Great period for both teams. A lot of control, a lot of consistency, not giving up a lot of loose pucks. We've seen some great defensive play by both teams. Simpson able to move the puck up for the junior ice. Banda being in the right place at the right time, deflecting passes between odd man rushes and moving the puck away from harm in the front of the net. Goaltenders are both so perfect here after 12 minutes of play.
4-2, the shots on goal favor the Detroit Red Wings. So Maseko for Manitoba stopping all four. Ferguson for Detroit stopping all two. And we got a tie game after 12 minutes. Manitoba will remain on the power play for another minute and 2 seconds, coming back in a second.
Clearly I didn't get the memo for the whiteout, as you did, Rory.
White shirt, yeah. Not that I am cheering for any specific team here, but I am a Manitoba native.
As am I, wearing the baby blue. Maybe we got the baby blue and white going on. Maybe that's what we
matched our shirts. It would be Manitoba colors.
There we go. Having that said, didn't pack any red shirts with me, so I don't have any Red Wings attire. I do apologize to my fellow Detroit Red Wings fans and players.
Teams will switch sides. Maseko down to our right, Ferguson down to our left. And Manitoba on the power play. Only mustered 2 shots throughout the first period, though. Going to try to generate a little more frustration in front of Ferguson.
Absolutely. Netminder didn't see too many hard shots as well, just a couple of quick ones from the side of the net that he was able to control, but no rebounds given by the netminder, so he made it look fairly easy after 12 minutes of play.
Hiringa and Tanguay, the 2 forwards on the kill, along with Campbell and Simeon on the point. It's Selch, Peters, and Nickel up front. Here goes Peters. He's going to fire it across. Nickel in, backhand shot, scores! What a shot by Cale Nickel, and he's got his 6th goal of the tournament. And it's 1-0 Manitoba on the power play.
That play all started at the blue line with Simpson, I believe it was, getting it up to Peters. Peters able to carry it into the zone and carry it past the blue line on the 2-on-1, beating the defenseman, and then shoveling it over to Nichols. Nichols going to the backhand, choosing to go after the backhand as Peters beat Campbell, and then right over top of the glove of Ferguson. A great looking shot. Power play marker just 12 seconds into the period to make it a 1-0 hockey game.
Cale Nickel now 8 points on the tournament, 6 goals, 2 assists. Peters, a beautiful pass across the slot. He'll pick up assist number 4. 1-0 Manitoba here in the second period. It only took 16 seconds to get down the ice and to get an opportunity. How about the backhand too by Nickel?
Gorgeous.
Sent in by Anderson. Racing back for it, Simeon. He'll throw it off the boards. And so it's going to be offside as Manitoba didn't hear the call by the referee. And we're going to stop it to play.
Jarcino wanted to touch that puck up. He took a puck to the inside of the leg. He's been limping here for the last 10 seconds or so as he gets off the bench. Hopefully get some attention there by the training staff of the junior ice.
Lyric Selch also getting credit with the secondary assist, winning that face-off. And with the assist for Selch, that will be his 9th point of the tournament. He's got 3 goals and 6 assists. Top linesman dynamite for Manitoba. Back in the attacking zone, League in a battle. Densmore coming back now, grabbing the puck. Near side, breaking it in is Rodrigue. Over skating that one is Catronio. Lee battling, trying to knocks down Rodrigue. Lee, a big power forward for Detroit. Densmore Now back around the net. Densmore's as good as a 200-foot player. You can see he's constantly the first one back for a forward, and now there on the attacking zone. Martin walks in with a wrist shot. That one off a stick and up another play.
Good deflection there by the defenseman. I think that faceoff will stay inside as the official is pointing it to the glove side of the netminder Masako, who hasn't faced a shot yet this period. But great job by the junior ice to take the lead very quick in that second period, beginning of that second period, start putting more pressure on young Ferguson.
Back towards the wall, cleared right out by Cale Nickel. He's got the lone goal so far here in the second period. Selch out in front, trying to set up another one. Selch. Back up Huringa. Moore backpedal out of the zone, couldn't hold. Throws a backhand. After it, Banda. Steers it into an open wing. Trying to race for it is Selch. Selch, Koenig. One collides with the leg, goes back into the corner. Vinny Morandi now. Played back up top, D to D. Here's Moore. Moore down the wing. Trying to get it to Selch. Stripped to the puck by Erat. And Sebastian Erat will go across. Morandi shot. That one wide. Rattles off the back glass. Here towards Koenig. Koenig to Nickel. Nickel fires it around the boards, and they'll head off for a line change. 9:30 left in the second period. Back around the boards. Banda, Huringa. Nice tap into the middle there to break out of the zone, but Lance then ran into Peters, and it's forced right back the other way by Manitoba. Shot coming. This one, high riser, almost escapes the playing surface. Rolls along the glass, and Campbell will find it. D to D to Banda. Up top, Lance at center, snaps it in. Back behind the net. The Manitoba goaltender in Masako. Here's Jarzina. Got a little bit tripped up. No call. Back across far side. Koenig. He'll work it wide. Take a shot. Pardon me, that's Hailstone, not Koenig. Shot was blocked. Hailstone gets it back and tries a centering pass off a leg. Campbell will secure the play. Campbell now shaking off. Rolls it into a near side. Open wing where Reed is. Reed up the wall. Tanguay, 8.5 left here in the second period. 1-0 Manitoba. Hailstone shot stopped by Ferguson into the glove, and he'll hang on to it.
He'll hang on to it. Good to see Jarzina back on the ice after he took a little bit of a puck to the inside of his leg. Great job by the Manitoba junior ice to keep sustaining pressure from different angles as they move around the Detroit net.
Densmore, puck drop, turned over. Trying to get back towards the front of the net there, and almost having a chance was Cotroneo. Now shot in, rolling one. Cotroneo picks it up right on net, and he'll hold it. And we'll get a look now at the goal by Cale Nickel, assisted by Selch and Peters.
So Peters is going to take the wide ice, and he passes the puck beautifully over to Nickel. And Nickel thought he could put it on the forehand, but instead he goes to the backhand and goes right over top, upstairs, over Ferguson's glove to make it 1-0 Manitoba junior ice.
Face off, blocker hand side here, Ferguson. He's stopped 4 of 5. Anderson now just fires it into that bottom corner, right side, where Simpson picks it up, trying to go back up top. And this one will get wide around Anderson, and he'll forced to go back into his own zone and retrieve it. Martin jumps on that loose puck turnover. Martin around the net. Watched by Densmore. 7:50 left in the period. Back for Simeon. Out in front, Lee. Stopped by Masako.
We had Martin and we had Lee in front. Martin and Deskins using behind the net, behind the red line, to play that inverted triangle that we've seen so many teams use already before today. And then Lee probably had a little more time than he thought, just rushed the spot a little bit and took the shot against the pad. And Masako was able to make that save look easy.
And a battle ensues, and it'll be tied up along the corner. Martin's involved, as is Aaron Lee. Isaac Lee, pardon me. My apologies. Now around the boards. We cleared back out by Manitoba. Followed up, good play by Selch, and he'll lift this one all the way down after crossing center ice. 7:20 remaining here in the second period. Manitoba battling out in front, and almost getting it there was Cale Nickel. Rides along the back of the net. Selch will find it, takes a peek. Selch works it into the corner. Nickel's alone in front. Selch tried to hit him. Rebound. Nickel scores. second goal of the game and give Cale Nicholl 7 on the tournament.
Selch looking for Nicholl all long way. It deflects off the defenseman and Ferguson sitting in front, and there is Cale Nicholl able to get his second of the day, as mentioned, and he's able to flip it over the glove side again of Ferguson. Bit of a broken pass, if you will. Just deflected off a couple of Red Wings before Nicholl was able to get a stick on it.
Teams will come to center ice. Cale Nicholl, that'll be assisted by Selch again. Those two, one of the best duos here in the Brick Invitational, bar none.
We've seen some good tandems from Montreal. We've seen some good tandems from Minnesota, but Manitoba Junior Ice has one just as equal in Selch and Nicholl.
Peters back down low. Looking to jam it into Jarzina. Erat on it. Dangerously in front of the net. Peters fires in this one. Up and over the net. Around the net. Vinny Morandi will sweep it up into Hiringa. Hiringa has Erat with him. Hiringa, slot shot. This one almost redirected by Erat. Rolls into the corner. Tied up. Now a chance. Morandi will dig it out of the pile. He's got 4 goals in this tournament, does Vinny Morandi. They're going to need a little bit of him to try and get back into this one. They trail by 2. Jarzina now. Maybe an odd man rush developing. Jarzina across. Hailstone shot just goes wide. Hailstone got a little bit rolling puck on him and pushed it wide.
He did a really good job controlling that puck on that one-timer, because a lot of those times they just slip right off the stick and head into the corner.
Sent in now by Morandi. He's the lone forechecker. It'll allow Manitoba to work it up the left wing boards. Out to the line. Good play by Jarzina to find Peters. Now he's caught in a mess of Detroit jerseys, and this one will be steered out of the zone. Up ahead for Lance. Trailing his Reed. Lance cuts to the left. Now shoots. This one screams by the net. I think it actually went off a piece of Morandi's helmet again, or Maseko's helmet again, I should say. Now down into the corner. Rodrigue centering. 5.5 left in the second period. Simeon gets bounced down. Pops back up. Manitoba will clear the zone. Peters will send it in before heading off for a line change. Back goes Catronio into the corner. Tied up. Catronio still trying to eat this one up along the wall. Moves to the point. A blast from McLean. Never made its way towards the net. Stopped in front by Campbell. Rodrigue back around the net for Manitoba. Hustled after it. Lance, the centerman, coming back for support. Nice poke check by McLean at the blue line to hold it in. Now McLean takes it wide, fires a shot. That hit a body of Simeon. Looks like it stung him up a bit, but put the body on the line to prevent it to getting to the net to Ferguson. Back the other way, driving it is McLean. Couldn't squeeze anything off as Simeon got in the way again.
Simeon doing a good job staying in front of the defenseman there, moving up, but at the same time he had 3 extra forwards there on either side to make the pass to.
Tanguay back in, high off the glass, secured by Reed. He'll go to Blais. Long distance wrist shot, went off a leg in front and now into the corner. Under 5 minutes here left in the second period. 2-0 for Team Manitoba. As the junior ice also lead the shot total 7-6. Bit of a bulldog pile there going on. Now 4 people in the mess. The 5th one comes in, digs the puck out, and rims it along the wall to Catronio. Catronio picks it up. Followed by McLean. He's been out there for quite some time. Trying to get a line change. Brought back by Reed. His shot blocked. Now Anderson catches an edge and falls. A little bit of mess going on behind the net of Maseko.
Looks like a bus stop back there.
Corbin off the glass trying to catch Manitoba on a line change. On the long change was Detroit, but getting back in time. Anderson forcing Detroit to go lateral along the blue line, and then Selch stripped of the puck and will march it back into the attacking zone for Manitoba. 3:30 remaining here.
Good job hanging on to that blue line, like you said, because you needed to get those extra forwards onto the ice on that long change in the second period.
Fought along the wall. Koenig sweeps it towards the net, stopped by Corbin. Back out, now stretching it. Deskins to Martin, bounces off his leg. On it, Selch trying to split the D. Selch, Lyric Selch to the net, a backhand shot, he scores! 3-0 Manitoba, and Selch with 3 points again.
1 goal, 2 helpers. The third one there by Selch carries it through 4 different junior Red Wings as he hurdles one stick and then laterally goes across the blue line, realizes he's all by himself, splits the D, maybe catches Ferguson a little bit off net, kind of towards that close post, and he buries it glove side on the far side of the ice to make it a 3-1 hockey game, does Lyric Selch.
Well, Selch among the tournament leading scorers with 11 points now on the 4-day stretch. He's got 4 goals and 7 assists.
And we're going to see a goalie change here for the Junior Red Wings
Blankish comes in.
As Blankish comes in. Certainly those goals were not of Ferguson's fault, but
Blankish stopping 47 of 63 shots. Backhand by Detroit, right answering. And stopped from Maseko, who has now faced 7 shots and stopped them all. But Blankish comes in with a .755 save percentage in his appearances so far through the Brick Invitational.
We talk about busy tandems for all these teams. How about Moringa and Haringa and Morandi and Erat, the trio there, getting the best chance so far against Maselko.
Back up Banda across. Yeah, you're going to see a healthy dose of Morandi, Haringa, and Erat in the third period and final minutes here in the second. 2:40 to be exact. Haringa strips the puck of Zeltinger, goes back, centers it for Erat. Back all the way to the point. Long shot coming in this one. Hit a body and wide. Manitoba doing a good job blocking out that house. And if the shot does come in, getting their bodies in the way. Hailstone one-on-one back the other way around Banda, and Banda gets that poke check in. Now knocks Hailstone down. Erat coming into the pile. Morandi up top, and a penalty coming up as we can get a look at the goal. The second goal scored, or pardon me, the second goal scored on the night as Cale Nickel. You'll see him settle on the near side of the post and kind of get lost, and then the pass came. First whack unsuccessful, second one digs a backhand over Ferguson.
Absolutely, this lost assignment by the Junior Red Wings on the far post there as Nickel snuck from behind the goal line, and you could see Lyric Selch looking for him, and a couple of...
And it's Banda in the penalty box, so Manitoba back to their second power play of the game. They're 1 for 1. That goal, the first one of the game, scored here in the second period. 16 seconds into the second period by Cale Nickel. Now they'll flood the zone all the way out through center ice. So roughing was the call against William Banda, and that'll put Manitoba back onto a Kachuk Advisory Group and Scotia Wealth Management power play. McLean fans on the shot, and now an opportunity is going to be coming in for Detroit. It's Reed. Reed has Lance. Reed shoots. Stopped by Maseko, and up and out of play. All 5 Manitoba guys coming in to give Maseko a little bit of a pat on the head.
He just bailed out his whole power play.
Caught at the line was McLean. Nice poke check by Reed. He elects to shoot on the 2-0 as he had Lance along the ride with him.
Yeah, good-looking shot, though. Not a bad move at all, but Maseko was able to make that great blocker save and put the puck out of play.
So 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the second period. Battle along the far side wall. And Detroit will come out with it. Erat shoots into the glove, tracked the whole way by Maseko.
You see also the Manitoba junior ice forwards trying to stretch out this play, trying to sit behind the center line here, trying to pull the defense of the Junior Red Wings out of the zone so it makes it a little more room for them to advance the puck and move into the O-zone.
Well, we all know how big this game is for the Manitoba junior ice. A shot, Erat, blocker save. Maseko's been tested. Erat around the net, way out of positions. Maseko, puck's under him, they're jamming away, and no one can find it. Rodrigue gets it back to the line. Maseko doesn't have his stick again. I think it's caught behind him. He finally gets it and seems to be set back into position. Stretched out by Densmore. Rolled off his stick. Cotroneo unable to hold the zone. Back from McLean. You have 42 seconds left. Would have been offside, so he goes across. Back to Cotroneo. Wide in towards the half wall. Back up top. Rodrigue, Simpson ran into Deskins. Now those two will tie up along the boards. Cotroneo digging out of the pile. 25 seconds left. Worked off. Good shift here from Cotroneo. Aggressive, and then he'll play it out the zone. McLean has to hustle back for it. 16 seconds left here in the period. Up ice. Hailstone Bringing it in, he's got Koenig with him. Koenig finds it, got tied up, taken down. Back in Hailstone, and that'll do it for 2 periods of play. Manitoba knew they needed a win here, and they got off to a great start after 2 periods and lead 3-0.
They had a couple more tallies here in the second period. Nichols second, and then getting that third one on the power play. Power play is working really well for the Manitoba Junior Ice. Still lots of game left here with a full third period, 15 minutes of action ahead.
And a good push at the end of the second period. Maseko very busy as Detroit put a lot of pressure in front of the blue paint.
Huge save on that 2-0 shorthanded breakaway as McLean lost that puck to Reed, and Reed elected to shoot. So great job by the netminder to keep it a goose egg for the Junior Ice.
Before we go to break, let's take a look at the third goal. This one scored by Selch, his 11th point of the tournament and third in this game.
Yeah, all by himself. He's surrounded by 4 different Red Wings. He realizes he's all by himself, and he throws it in there and gets it by Ferguson, who is maybe pinching along that close post a bit much, leaving the far side a little wider open than he wanted to.
So Manitoba leads 3-0 after 2 periods of play. We'll take a break when we come back. Third period puck drop in game number 6 here at the Brick Invitational.
Welcome to Pilot Mountain Hockey Academy, your world-class academic and hockey training facility created to maximize each student's athletic and academic potential. Blackjack Stewart Arena, home of the Buffalo, is inside the 46,000 square foot complex, as well as a curling rink and other facilities. The students have a unique combination of successful, well-rounded education at Pilot Mountain Collegiate Institute and the professional hockey training in an encouraging community. The years of experience of on-ice coaching propel our students to the next level, both mentally and physically, in a professional environment.
At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, wing night Wednesdays, buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena.
Back here at the 33rd Annual Brick Invitational, it is 3-0 for Manitoba after 2 periods of play as they try to extend their winning streak to 3, Theo, after dropping the first 2 games. 3 straight wins. They're 15 minutes away for Team Manitoba.
And they need these 3 wins because they need to keep themselves in contention for the championship run with only having 1 more game after this. So, and also knowing that their opponent after this, don't want to look too far ahead, is the Bulldogs, which they will be tied with if they continue to win this game against the Junior Red Wings.
It'll be 9 points apiece. Bulldogs were 4 goals on the differential ahead of Manitoba. So if they could actually get another goal, they'd be exactly tied with same point, same record, and same goal differential.
Again, whoever organized this tournament put those 2 teams at the end had something thought up as.
Back into the corner, worked by Hailstone. Hailstone will grab the loose puck. Centering pass, chance there for Jarzina, and a big save by Blankish as he came in relief after that 3rd goal allowed by Ferguson.
Nice job by getting that puck to Jarzina. Jarzina getting the shot off on Blankish, and it's nice to see the sportsmanship after the fact. Great save. Jarzina goes up to Blankish, gives him a nice little tap on the pad saying good save, and off he goes.
This one bounced out, and coming down the ice is Hiringa. Hiringa trying to keep McLean off of him. Shot stopped by Maseko.
Great save by Maseko, steering that off on the partial breakaway, but they're still not done yet.
Back into the corner, battling, sending it around the wall, trying to drive after it is Catronio, I believe, it's Koenig. Unable to clear the zone. Hiringa in towards the wall, knocked down. No penalty here on the ice. Is back towards the line. It's Corbin. Now Hiringa, centering pass. He had Morandi and Erad. How about the battle in front by McLean and Morandi? Trying to keep him away from, or not letting them get loose in front of the net of Maseko.
Now I'm familiar with my EA NHL sports. It's NHL scoring line 1 for both teams going at each other. First time we've seen the 2 lines as these 2 going against head-to-head.
Puck dropped. It's going to be 1 back.
And as it's back, I'd like to thank our game sponsor for tonight, Zedcore, for the game between the Red Wings here in the junior ice. Zedcore, appreciate all the work you do here at the Brick Invitational.
10-9, the shots on goal favoring the Detroit Red Wings. Here comes Reed looking to add to that total and potentially squeak one by Maseko. A shot from Lance. That one wide. Reed trying to jam it back in. Had a 2-on-0 breakaway, did those 2 in the second period, couldn't beat Maseko.
Reed decided to go with the shot, elected to it, and Maseko equal to the task.
There's a shot, scores as it's Lance in the back of the net, and it's broken the deadlock, or broken the shutout, I should say, 3-1.
3-1 is the score. Looked like it went off one of the defensemen. Either, I don't know who it went off of. We'll have a look-see on the instant replay by producer Cody in a sec. But a great shot by Lance coming through the new center ice spot right between the hashes and over the glove. I don't think Maseko was ready for that shot or that deflection at all.
Took 11 shots on net to beat Maseko, and Detroit's got 1. It's a 2-goal game.
Gonna make it close, gonna make it an interesting 3rd period here. Exciting.
Still 12:52 left, plenty of time here in the 3rd period as well. Face-off 1 back by Manitoba. Jarzina, and it hops over his stick into Detroit bench. Face-off will come outside of the Detroit zone.
It's important to maintain that strategy, and whatever the game plan was discussed between the 2nd and 3rd for both teams, you don't want to sit on a 3-goal lead. And they always say the 2-goal lead is the most difficult one to hold on to. And the Manitoba Junior Ice now have to withstand some added pressure here by the Red Wings to make sure that they remain on top. But like we said, that 2-goal lead is very hard to hold on to.
Hailstone fires, looking 5-hole. Blankish closed the door. Lee around the boards. Battle ensues near side. So Colton Lance picks up the goal. Trickling puck in front as that's Lance's 4th goal of the tournament. And Reed will pick up the assist. It's Reed's 2nd point. Lone assist going to Reed. Tanguay picking up a secondary assist as well. So Blake Tanguay picks up his 2nd point of the tournament. Reed the assist, Lance the goal. 3-1 for Manitoba. In towards the corner, Martin can't get that shot towards Maseko. And back out here, starting it up is Hailstone, flying down the right wing. Trying to go outside around the 3 Detroit Red Wings defenders. Forced into the wall, 11:50 remaining here in the game. Nickel, Hailstone, Selch also out there. As this will be poked back by Anderson. Couldn't get it into the Detroit zone. It's sweep back in around Maseko. Stretch pass, Selch now. Briefly in, but right onto the stick of Erat. He'll protect it. Nice couple moves here by Sebastian Erat. Vinny Morandi coming in. Across to Erat and broken up by Moore. He'll feed Selch. Selch to Nickel. Poke checked. Great defensive play by Thorne there going back. Erat dangles Koenig now 3-on-2. Erat wide. Morandi to the net. The puck coming in and broken up. That time by Selch on the back check.
We've seen some great defensive play by getting the sticks and passing lanes. Moore on one side, Thorne on the other, and then another one done by the junior ice. Great job creating those opportunities and those changes of possession at their blue lines.
McLean drove it in. Selch following him up. It's on the wall for Erat. Good shift for Sebastian Erat as well.
He's going to get some wheels. He's going to get speed. He's got to get it going on in the third if they're going to get back in this game.
Here's Selch. He'll lead up ice. A chance now. Shot stuffed by Blankish. Densmore was robbed, and a whistle come as the puck initially under the pad of the goaltender Blankish. Big save, been strong since coming into the game.
Dunsmore did a great job finding the open ice, going towards his forehand, but the defenseman was able to cut it off. And then what happened was we saw Blankish come right out of the blue paint to cover up and make sure there was no angle to be given.
Duggan free. Densmore on the puck. Played now back by Tanguay. Tanguay will dip under, or pardon me, Catronio will dip under Tanguay, who gets it back, finds Reed. Reed shoots, stopped by Maseko, and played back out. Catronio wide down the right wing. Catronio sent back by Simeon. All the way down. Blake Tanguay going to race after a loose puck. Weak angle shot, and Maseko will see it, and we'll take a look now at the goal by Lance, which got Detroit back within 2.
So trying to get out of the zone, but they could not get the puck past the blue. And as it comes to the front of the net, there is off the deflection. I believe that's McLean.
55, yep.
Goes off McLean's stick and up and over the glove of Maseko for the first goal. Lance's first of the afternoon, and the first one for the Junior Red Wings.
First of the afternoon, fourth of the tournament for Lance. Hailstone will bank it in. Following up, though, is Peters. Peters trying to dive around the defense. He gets knocked down to the ice. A little collision there, incidental by Simeon. Peters pops back up, gets the puck right into the slot. Jarzina, glove save by Blankish, and Jarzina looks skyward.
He looks skyward, but a great save by the glove mitt of Blankish, keeping this a 3-1 hockey game. Great look out of the corner by Peters, finding Jarzina at the top slot. Not so much right on the blue paint where we normally see the players, about 6 or 7 feet back to get a better angle of a shot.
Fought back towards the near side. Played up Jarzina. Now Lee working into the zone. Puck straddling along the blue line. Scooped up. Here is Hailstone. Hailstone wide. He's got a man to the net. The puck coming, and Jarzina just out of the reach. Back into the corner. Throws it off a body. In now. Trying to dig it free. In front of the net was Hailstone, sent back out. Zeltinger will swipe it in. Hailstone collided with one of the defenders in Thorne. Back for it, Banda. Sweep it around the net. Lee after it. Isaac Lee playing it around the boards. Turned over. Into the mix is Koenig. And Lee will go near side to Deskins. Briefly into Manitoba's zone. Cleared back out. Nickel. Couple goals today already for Cale Nickel. And he'll take it all the way back into his own zone. Looking for a read up the ice. A backhand. Throws it right into Deskins, though. Now he's undressed by Hiringa. Trying to get back as Nickel does. Support came from Selch and play back out to center.
Selch bailing out Nickel there to get the puck to the blue line.
Back for Koenig. Chips it in. Hard off the glass. Nickel gonna bat it right back in, but Hiringa battling up ice for Morandi. Vinny Morandi picking up some speed. Wrist shot, low rebound, chance, scores! Sebastian Erat knocks home a rebound from Morandi, and it's a 1-goal game. It's 3-2.
We saw Sebastian Erat gaining some momentum, gaining his speed back, getting the legs under him. Vinny Morandi with the initial shot off the far post, off the far side of Maseko, and there is Erat to mop it up, to put it by the netminder. We now have a 3-2 game and a much closer end to this third period. Looks like it'll be very exciting.
Big goal for Erat. It's his third of the tournament, his 5th point. Morandi will pick up in a 6th. Second assist and 6 point for Morandi, as those two have been dynamite all tournament long.
Good tandem. Trio if you add Haringa there.
Absolutely, and now that trio trying to break into the zone. Doing so, back behind the net. Look out, as almost walking back was Vinny Morandi. And back here for Densmore. Densmore will sweep it inside the attacking zone. It's around the net of Blankish. How good's he been, though? Hasn't allowed a goal and allowed his team to come back and get back within one.
Very steady, good with the rebounds.
McLean's shot stopped by the pad of Blankish. Now back up for McLean. He'll send it around the boards. Densmore, top of the circle, shakes free. Trying to lower it down into Catronio, but hopped over his stick. Densmore fighting, gets it in the corner. Rolling puck, knocked, Catronio, chance, Densmore in front, shot, scores! Beautiful play by Densmore to feed it out front and find Tobias Rodrigue, who knocks it home and regains a 2-goal lead.
Rodrigue calls for that puck just at the right time. It's Catronio gets the puck on the side of the net, gets it to Densmore. Densmore elected to make the great pass. Wide open was Rodrigue, and he was able to put it to the back of the net to restore the 2-goal lead for the Manitoba Junior Ice. A great answer for the 2 goals that were scored earlier in the period by the Detroit Junior Red Wings. Great pass by Densmore, completely unselfish, getting a tap to his player. Way to finish that off, buddy.
First goal of the tournament for Rodrigue. Densmore picks up another point, 3 on the week for him. And Catronio should get a secondary assist on that as well, and that'll be his 4th point. 7 minutes left, the 2-goal lead restored for Manitoba. Simpson rattles it in off the shin pad of Blake Tangay. Tangay gives him a bump. Simpson goes down, has to get back in position. Covering was Moore. Sliding up, Jarzina to Densmore, looking for more. Around Campbell. Jarzina on the far side. Shot never made its way towards Blankish, and no chance for Blankish on that last goal.
Absolutely not. He was so focused on saving Densmore's shot that Densmore saw that Rodrigue was wide open just a little bit further away from him and made the great sliding pass and eventual goal.
Back out for Jarzina. Now he'll feed it up ahead. Catronio. So Densmore and Catronio grabbing assists on that goal by Rodrigue. 4-2 Manitoba. As back out is Thorne. Thorne taking it wide. Driving around Simpson. Stops up on the half wall. Backhand lifted into the slot. Trickles right towards Lee. Lee will drag it back down low. Looking for a backdoor tap in. Scores. Martin. Beautiful redirection. And Detroit back within 1. It's 4-3.
Great pass out in front by Lee to Martin. Martin making no mistake. Not even a split second of that puck is on his stick, and he gets rid of it right away to put it over Maseko's glove. 4-3, we're still got a close one ahead.
A great game here with 5:57 remaining in the third period. Detroit puts a little nerves into the Manitoba fan base.
We've had some very exciting third periods here in day 4 of the Brick Invitational, and it's one of those things that you look at both teams fighting it out and realizing, you know what, we got to play to almost the last whistle here.
Deskins couldn't hold the zone for too long as Hailstone was all over him. Now Lee runs into a man, knocked him down. That was Jarzina. Lee coming together, up ice. Now Deskins. Partial 3-on-2 developing here as Lee, the trailer, trying to get towards it at the line. Held in nicely by Bander. So Martin picking up the goal. Brennan Martin's 2nd goal of the tournament. This is all the way down for icing. As we'll take a look now. Our next stoppage of play, we'll take a look at the Martin goal, which tied it up.
You can hear the fans trying to support the Junior Ice fans with the team on the ice as this faceoff comes to the side of Maseko, his blocker side.
Faceoff, Nickel, Lee, Deskins battling on the corner. And Selch back the other way for Manitoba. It's 4-3 here for Manitoba. 5:15 left in the third. And now a big tie-up along the back wall. Lee's in there. Blay, the defenseman, trying to contain Selch and Peters. Or Koenig, mind you. Selch, Koenig still battling. How about the work along the wall? And now Selch moves it free, trying to hit Nickel. And breaking it up, a huge defensive play was Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin able to deflect that puck up in the air so Nickel couldn't get a chance to get a quick shot on net.
You could tell the whole time Selch was thinking past there, centering for Nickel, trying to get him a hat trick. Would have been his second hat trick of the tournament. Now Hiringa dips the shoulder. Almost rolled towards the far side. Back for Nickel. He's got Selch behind him. Nickel splits the D. Ino alone takes a hook and a penalty coming up here.
Will we see a penalty shot?
It's just going to be a
high sticking call, I think is what it's being called. But talk about the confidence of Cale Nickel there. Puts up a 4 spot yesterday.
Yeah.
Comes in, puts a couple more down. And you can just see how he's skating with much more confidence and tenacity on the ice, creating havoc for the Red Wings there, splitting the D. Now the key with that is when you looked at how the defense are going to take a timeout here for the junior ice, Cale Nickel was able to take that split because the defense of the Detroit Junior Red Wings were on a diagonal. So you could attack the first one like a one-on-one, use your speed to go around them, and then the other one can't get in position to slide behind the first one, so then you're kind of doing like an S-curve, and you slide around the second one, and it becomes a partial breakaway, and that's why you see the penalty taken by the Junior Red Wings with the high sticking call.
And now a timeout called, as you mentioned, by the junior ice. And we can take a look now. I believe, is this the third goal? Yes, it is, scored by Detroit to get them back within 1.
Comes back to the point, carried in by Lee, and Lee puts it right up there. And it's almost one of those pass deflection moves by Martin, where he's able to get the possession real quick on the stick and flick it over Maseko's glove hand and makes it a 4-3 hockey game.
Puck's already going towards the net, so just a quick little redirection, gets it up, and
we see that more from the defensive side, from the shot from the blue line, but this works just the same.
So under 5 minutes to play, timeout taken by Manitoba as they got a 2-minute power play now, all drawn by Nickel, working it in, a shot coming from Densmore. Well, that was Peters. Never made its way towards Blankish, turned over, Nickel slips and falls. And it'll be worked back to the wall. Campbell off the glass, down the ice. This power play brought to you by Kachuk Advisory Group and Scotia Wealth Management. And McLean will work it back out. Back for Cale Nickel. Nickel into the slot, trying to fire a shot, blocked by Banda. Nickel up top for Simpson. 3:45 left. Manitoba looking for the insurance marker, and McLean on net, but right in the glove of Blankish. He'll hold it for a whistle.
Yeah, McLean took that shot about 45 feet away, right into Blankish's mitt, and Blankish was able to make that save look kind of easy because there was no screen in front of him and no rebound given.
Peters, Nickel, Selch, Simpson, McLean, your 5 power play members for Manitoba. Simpson walks into a slap shot, and that one just buzzed by the far side post. Simpson and McLean both can fire it. Selch shoots, rebound, Nickel in front, they're banging away at it, and they score! It's the hat-trick goal for Cale Nickel as he's on the backside and gives the insurance that Manitoba desperately needed. It's 5-3.
And now all the white hats, the black hats, the brown hats get littered onto the ice yet again as Cale Nickel now has his second hat-trick in as many games for the Manitoba Junior Ice and restores this 2-goal lead for them.
Well, I know Cale Nickel's been a part of 5 games, but he's got 7 goals in 2 of them.
Absolutely impressive. I mean, we talk about getting the schneid, getting the monkey off the back, if you will. And we didn't know coming into this tournament who was going to be scoring for any of these teams. But we certainly see now into the 4th game and the 4th day of this Brick Invitational who are the go-to players for each team. And number 10 for the Manitoba Junior Ice has been that guy to put the puck behind the net.
Well, Cale Nickel now leads the league in goal scoring, 1 ahead of Flavio Di Placido. So 8 goals on the tournament. First place for Cale Nickel. There'll be another 3-point game. Back up, Hailstone coming out through center ice. Will send it in. 3 minutes left here in the 3rd period. One last comeback bid possibly for Detroit. Keep an eye on Blankish there in the net. It's down by 2. Shot coming. That one rattled off a defenseman. And Hailstone shot. And the assist going to Selch. So 4-point night for Selch again.
When one scores, usually the other one assists. And that's how it's been working between those two. That tandem of Selch and Nickel has proved dividends here in the last 2 games. The last 3 games, really, when you think about it, because they've needed wins in the last 3 to make sure that they are still part of that divisional or that championship discussion after Friday.
Lyric Selch with 12 points on the tournament is in second place. The only one he's trying to catch is Jack Allgood of Minnesota, who has 14.
And Jack Allgood had a pretty substantial game here earlier in that 8-7 victory.
6-point game.
Insane.
Penalty coming up here.
I'm going to see a body contact call against the junior ice, I believe it is.
Catronio, I think, the one pleading his case. So he heads towards the penalty box.
He's like, how do I get that? I'm the smallest guy out there. Did you see the guy I was trying to take out?
And Catronio's heading towards the penalty box. Still one last word, pleads his case.
To no
come on,
avail.
ref.
We're going to see a timeout here taken by the Detroit Junior Red Wings as they have 2:34 left, and they're going to try to draw up a play to make this a 1-goal hockey game. See whether or not they pull the goaltender, Blankish, as well. So we don't know what's going to happen there. We'll see what happens after 30 seconds. But when we get there, we've got the instant replay of the goal.
Does this one put Manitoba Ice up 5-3, and Cale Nickel jumps on it, taps it in, hat-trick for number 10. There's 2 minutes on the board for Catronio. 18-16 the shots on goal. Favor the Manitoba Junior Ice. 5-3 the score. So Detroit using their timeout. And Blankish is going to be in the net. So they're not going to pull the goaltender and make it 6-on-4. I'm a bit surprised at that tactic.
I am too, because you need 2 to tie here, 2.5 minutes left. You get one quick here with the power play.
Now they are.
Okay,
so a little miscommunication leaving the timeout, but they are sending them to the bench.
We must have been hitting the Morse code to the Red Wings bench and being like, yo, guys.
It is 6-on-4. Empty net. Manitoba a 2-goal lead. Detroit with possession. In towards the corner. Deskins around the net, looking to get to Martin. A little bit out of his reach. Densmore, he takes a big collision there. No call on the ice to let it ride. It was a little bit incidental. Both players fighting for the puck. Lee enters cleanly. Deskins at the top. Cross looking for Martin again. This one a bit behind him. Erat will dig it free. Thorne fires, tipped in front, blocked now, rebound chance, and a stop by Maseko.
Great job, Maseko there, keeping it out of there with the pad. He lost his stick yet again, and you can see him pumping the crowd up with the fist pump.
Koenig went for that open net, of course. Manitoba on the penalty kill, so don't have to worry about icing. His bodies collide along the blue line. Thorne trying to power it in. This one lifted out to center ice, blocked by Corbin. They can't touch the puck, though. They would have been offside. Lee now collides with Catronio, or Hailstone it was. As back Lee brings it in. 1.5 minutes left. Lee across. Deskins towards the side of the net. Rolls back down low. Simpson takes a look, finds Koenig. Another backhand, gloved away by Corbin. Rolling puck will settle it down. Vinny Morandi scoops it up, racing down. Morandi in the slot, leaves for Lee, trying to push that towards the net. Can't. Chance for McLean, he's going for it. Right down center ice and just missed towards near side. That one looked good to me from this angle, but just veered off to the left. Long stretch pass, it's in for Reed. He's got a step, a backhand shot. And saved by Maseko. Hiringa calling for it. Reed drops off the bench. Campbell, last minute of the play. They're down by 2. Net still empty. Around the boards, Vinny Morandi trying to protect it. Does. Sharp angle, shoulder save. There by Maseko. 2-goal lead still intact. Now McLean just trying to eat it up on the wall, but his pocket picked by Hiringa. Calling for it. Campbell not going to get it. It's Cale Nickel sending it back out to center. Can you imagine if he had to empty net in another 4-goal game?
That would be just incredible. 8 goals in 2 games.
22 seconds left in the game. Time's wearing thin here for the Detroit Red Wings as Manitoba looking for a huge 3 points. Back for Nickel. He'll take it around his net. Send it up the boards. 8 seconds left. Campbell down the wall. Manitoba inside the scrum, and that's going to do it here as not enough time as it rolls off, and a huge win for Manitoba Junior Ice. Get them back into the playoff picture as they defeat Detroit 5-3.
If you had to check the box at the beginning of the game, the biggest box was win. And that's what the Manitoba Junior Ice just did right there, defeating the Junior Red Wings, making great block shots. And how about that game from Maseko? Some key saves at the key moments, especially in the last 2.5 minutes there, keeping that a 4-2 game.
Well, unfortunately for Detroit, that will bid the end of their playoff hopes. They still got one more game, but they fall to 1-4 on the tournament due to the Detroit Red Wings.
Great job by the Junior Red Wings. I mean, talk about resiliency throughout that entire tournament. The first game was a little bit not their best showing, but they came back really strong in the second game, in that evening game, and really turned some heads, saying this could be a team to be reckoned with. Just unfortunately couldn't keep the ball rolling with that tenacity, but we did see some great skating, some great goal scoring by the Junior Red Wings, not only in just this game, but throughout the entire week.
Well, Manitoba, if they are able to get into the playoffs, fair to say some people might be sleeping on this team a bit.
Possibly. I mean, you look at how well that front line is done with Selch and Nickel, and then you plug and play Rodrigue in there, Densmore in there,
and Maseko in net.
Maseko in net. The defense also been really strong these last 3 games, really building confidence, staying in the right position, blocking the shots, but also taking away those passes and those second chance opportunities with the rebounds. That has been a key for a lot of the teams that are succeeding in being in the championship discussion and those that have fallen by the wayside.
Well, Manitoba wins 5-3, and they pick up 3 points as they try to keep their playoff hopes alive. How big does that make the game with the Toronto Bulldogs coming up tomorrow?
Are we calling that game tomorrow?
We'll have to check the schedule of what time it is, but Manitoba will jump up into the playoffs. It's all going to start tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Minnesota against the Western Selects. Montreal then takes on the BC Junior Canucks. CCM Chicago will take on Toronto Pro Hockey, and then Team Brick Alberta with Saskatchewan Junior Pats. So that game will be Mike and Conrad back on the call as it takes place at 2:10 p.m. tomorrow. One that you probably won't want to miss, because if our math calculations are correct, it might be a situation where the winner's in and the loser's out.
And wouldn't that just be one of those winner-take-all moments that you love to see at the Brick Invitational for these young kids, because that's what you want to play for, games that matter most, and it gets you into that championship discussion.
Of course, Toronto Pro Hockey, the other team with still playoff hopes, and we'll let you head out and get your 3 stars of the game as we'll go into a game scoring summary. A 5-3 victory. 3rd star of the game is Tobias Rodrigue, grabbing a goal in this one. 2nd star going to go to a Detroit Junior Red Wing. And Vinny Morandi grabbing the secondary star of the game. Had a couple points in this one, did Morandi. But Cale Nickel, no doubt about it, 3 goals and a hat trick for him. Lyric Selch, also a 4-point night. So Tobias Rodrigue, Dawson Densmore, Drew Simpson, Bentley Peters, Ryder McLean, and Lorenzo Catronio picking up also points on the night. As for the Detroit Red Wings, 2 points for Drew Corbin, the defense, strong game for him, and 1 point each for Erat, Lance, Martin, Reed, Tanguay, Lee, and Morandi. But it is the Manitoba Junior Ice have now won 3 straight games after losing the first 2 to pick up 9 points and winning them all in regulation, and that will jump them above Toronto Pro Hockey. It'll put them in a tie with the Toronto Bulldogs for 2nd place, and they did everything they can to kind of silence the doubters after losing the first 2 games to prove that they're a team that could be messing with. As well, now we wait for Theo to be joined by Vinny Morandi. 5-3 victory for the Manitoba Junior Ice. Their last game tomorrow, as we mentioned, 2:10 in a huge game against the Toronto Bulldogs. As Theo gets set up with his mics, and now he's ready and joined by our 2nd star of the game, Detroit Junior Red Wings' own Vinny Morandi.
Here we have our 3rd star of the game, Vinny. 2nd star of the game, Vinny Morandi. Vinny's correcting me already. Thanks, Vinny. Great job all week, leading scorer for the Red Wings.
Talk about that game and how great it was, the energy on and off that ice, and finishing that game strong.
You know, I think we played amazing in the first, but the second to third, I think we let down a little, but I think we still played a pretty good game.
Still a very good game. Your line mates in Haringa and Erat, talk about the chemistry the three of you had all week.
We have pretty good chemistry. We have good setups. I set up them good. They set up me good. We just have great chemistry.
Great chemistry. Vinny Morandi, I'd love to say thank you so much for joining us. Who would you like to say hi to back home?
My grandpa and grandma, my uncle, and my aunt.
Thank you so much.
And my 2 dogs.
Got it. Can't forget the dogs. What are the dogs' names?
Roman and Reina.
Roman and Rhea, we're looking forward to seeing you very shortly. Vinny misses you a ton. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Vinny Morandi, the leading goal scorer for the Detroit Junior Red Wings. Let's bring in star 3 and star 1. Come on in, boys. How great does it feel to finally score your first of the tournament?
It feels good, but I couldn't have done it without my team. They helped me get that pass, and I just banged it in.
How cool was it to see a whiteout by all your fans? Bathrobes, hats, and everything.
It was really cool. It gave us lots more confidence to go out there and do better because they were all cheering us on, and we all loved it.
What was the coach's message after 2 periods of play, knowing that you had the lead but you still had to win this game to have a chance to get into the divisional round?
Oh, yeah, they just said, can you say it again? Sorry.
What was the coach's message after 2 periods in the dressing room?
Oh, yeah, they just told us to keep going out there, keep pushing, don't stop, don't take your foot off the pedal, and keep working hard.
Certainly 3 wins in a row for both of you guys and your team. You're looking forward to tomorrow, a little more excitement?
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good game tomorrow. I can't wait.
Did you expect to score 7 goals, Kale, in the last 2 games? Or explain the feeling you have right now.
No, I did not expect to score 7 goals. I guess I just worked hard and battled really hard to get all 7 goals.
Okay, we've asked you this question before, but I'll ask you real quick. Who's your favorite player, and who do you like to say hi to you back home?
My favorite players, my number's because of Nikolai Ehlers. I just think he's not very noticeable, but he's really fast. He plays for the Jets, which is my favorite team. But I also like Kale McCarr. He's really skilled. And yeah, and I like to say hi to my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins that's watching me back home.
We thank you so much for joining us, boys. Our first and third stars for the Manitoba Junior Ice as they take on the Junior Bulldogs tomorrow. That's all for tonight.